All right, excellent. So I was going to do a presentation. I knew we had a lot of new members, new people in their group, and so I was going to do just a simple presentation on the things that I do that are different than other chiropractors. Well, you're not getting that, so it kind of ended up. You get my bigger picture talk today. So your ankle bone's connected to. That's what we're going with. Today, and I'm going to give you at the end a special opportunity to get your spine and nervous system checked if you've never had that. So the other day I met somebody new, and we had the typical conversation. They found out I was a chiropractor, and I got the response I get every now and then. Oh, you're a chiropractor, that's great. Thank goodness I've never needed one. And I thought, what does that really mean? You know, I thought, who needs a chiropractor? Well, I guess if I look at my patient base, you know, you probably think if you have back pain, you need a chiropractor. Maybe if you have neck pain, you need a chiropractor. Maybe you've heard we're really good with headaches. And that's what when you would need to go to a chiropractor. Well, we're great with all of those things, and that really does, we get good results with that. But what does your navicular have to do with your TMJ? Now, you might be thinking, what's my navicular? Where is it, and is it showing? This is your foot. This is your navicular bone. We are absolutely amazing models of engineering. And the way our foot works, you have as many bones in your foot as you do in your spine. And everything has to work together in a coordinated fashion for your body to function properly. When you walk, you heel plant, then you do what's called pronation, where that foot falls down and it absorbs the shock of your body weight, and then it becomes the stiff, rigid lever so that you can toe off and propel forward. Now, probably 80% of the guys in this room, and gals, don't have the proper arch in your foot. You've lost the arch, or it's asymmetrical, or your foot's just dysfunctional. Okay? Why is that? We weren't made to walk on hard surfaces. So we've paved the earth and we walk on hard surfaces all day long, and we don't wear shoes that support our foot properly. And so the ligaments and the tendons lose the ability to support that arch, and that falls down. So what happens now? You heel plant, you go to pronate, it's already flat. There's no shock absorption. Well, where does that shock go? It goes straight up your body, and then you toe off. So, if you ever try this, stand up, if you put your hands on your hips and just turn your feet in and out, you'll feel your hips move. So when you lose that arch in your foot, what happens is it causes rotation in your knee. So if there's rotation in your knee, you think every step you take, you're wearing it down a little bit faster? Are knee replacements very common? It causes rotation in your hips. Bursitis, hip replacements, do we see those very often? Absolutely. It causes rotation in the low back, could cause low back pain. It can work all the way up, and the very last joint that can compensate for that imbalance is your TMJ. So believe it or not, your clicking and your popping and the painfulness in your joints can actually be coming from the navicular in your foot. Our posture is a window to the spine. Posture moderates and affects everything in the body. There's so many different aspects of posture we can look at. We can look at what's called translation, there's rotation, we can look at head tilt, shoulders, hips, all kinds of things. I want to look at just one area of posture, and that's a forward head weight. 95% of you guys are going to have that. Everybody does, because everything that we do in life is forward inflection. And so our head comes forward, our shoulders round forward, and we get a forward head weight. Research shows that when you have a forward head weight, it causes 10 times more stress in the lower neck and the upper back. Think that affects how those joints function? Absolutely. And it also research shows that it causes you to get 30% less oxygen to your lungs. What does that mean? Well, if you get 30% less oxygen to your lungs, that means your heart has to work 30% harder to get the oxygen to all the tissues like it needs to. And so your heart works that much harder until you eventually blow your heart out. That's kind of significant, right? But I don't have back pain. There was another study, American Journal of Pain Management, a group of MDs, PhDs, and the like, want to know the effects of posture on health. And when they looked at everything that had been done, they came to the conclusion that posture affects and moderates every physiologic function in your body. Every physiologic function of your body is affected by your posture. So here's what I know. If I can improve your posture, and by the way, I absolutely know that I can, I can improve the function of every cell in your body. Every physiologic function can be improved by improving your posture. But I don't have back pain. Here's the other thing that's pretty amazing with this. I know that when you have that posture, maybe not that extreme, but you've got the forward head weight, it absolutely affects how those joints function. It absolutely causes increased wear and tear, degeneration, arthritis in those joints, and it causes inflammation in those joints. It has to. And when you have inflammation in joints, it sends stress signals to the brain. Your brain responds by releasing stress hormones. Those stress hormones kick up your physiology, the whole fight or flight response. And what we now know is that elevated fight or flight response, day in and day out, is what leads to all the chronic diseases that we have. Heart disease, cancer, diabetes, stroke. But I don't have back pain. I wasn't going to go here, but it always seems to come back to here. Oh, where did it go? Did it come in? I don't know.
It was there.
It was there.
It was
Older
there.
gentleman for 2 seconds.
Older gentleman.
Okay. This is my dad. 6 months before he was going to retire, he finds out he's got a soft tissue tumor behind his knee. And by the time they found it, it had already spread to his heart and his lungs and his liver. Instead of going into his retirement, doing the things you look forward to doing in retirement, playing with your grandkids, traveling, all those kind of things, he got to spend it battling cancer. Does that suck or what? You know, he's not going to get to see my daughter run her senior year in track. He's not going to get to see her graduate. He didn't get to see me have my first kids on the wrestling team place in state. He's missed all of that. And you know what? He didn't have back pain. I know he believed in what I did, or what I do, but he never got adjusted regular because he didn't have back pain. And I'm not saying that what I do can cure cancer, not any more than getting rid of hate or anger or stress in your life can get rid of cancer. But I totally believe that if he had been adjusted regular for the last 15, 20 years, it would surprise me a bit if he was still here. He could enjoy all of those different things. That's what chiropractic's about, whether you got back pain or not. You know, here's the big secret. It's not about back pain. It's about life and functioning at 100%. Here's your opportunity. You know, you were made for amazing and wonderful, incredible things. I don't want you to miss your potential because you didn't have back pain. I don't want you to miss out on what life has meant for you because you didn't have back pain. You guys all have referral slips. If you've never been to a chiropractor, if you haven't been to one in a while, if you don't have somebody that you call your chiropractor, I want to be your chiropractor. Take a sheet, put your name on it, put your phone number. We'll do a full exam, x-rays, look at everything, the mechanics, your posture, see what you've got going on. If I can help you, I'll tell you, and if I can't, I'll tell you that as well. There's no cost, there's no obligation to you guys. You got nothing to lose. At least that way you know. You know, a lot of times when people first get adjusted, they describe it as like walking in a room and not knowing the lights were dimmed and somebody turns up the lights. So, you know, it's so many times though that people, when they first get adjusted, they're like, "Wow, I didn't know it could feel. I didn't know I could feel so good. I didn't know I could have so much energy. I didn't know life could be this way." And they're frustrated. They're frustrated because they waited so long. You know, you've got to maintain your spine and nervous system from birth. The typical chiropractic patient starts in their mid-30s. Well, guess what? You're 30 years late for your first adjustment. You've got to maintain your spine and nervous system from birth. Who needs a chiropractor? Not everyone, not anyone, but you do, and you need it for life. I'm Dr. Jason Smith, Health Source Chiropractic.
All right, well, thank you, Dr. Jason.